I noticed your sign. It says the Z-Scale Model Cooperative. Maybe you could tell us,
Well, that's actually the Bay Area Z-Scale Cooperative. I belong to Zocal, which is the Southern California Z-Scale Modules Group.
Okay, and it's a cooperative as well?
Yeah, basically it's a group of model railroaders that we all come together with the modules and hook them up and run them. Basically, the group of people that get together, it's a module group, and each individual constructs a module. And so each individual in that module group brings their module, and they all connect with each other, and therefore you can interchange them and position them in a multitude of different configurations. So we can bring modules up from the Zocal group and combine them with the BAZ group and anybody else that meets the Z-Ben model specifications, and they all can run together and run in multiple configurations, and everybody runs trains.
So maybe you can explain, how do they know how the modules are going to match up? There must be some kind of...
We actually have a standard. It's called the Z-Ben standard.
Okay.
And so they're all basically 2 feet wide. They've got double track, and so the track position is the same at the ends of the modules where they connect together. So even though this might be a loop, it still connects together with a straight module, an angled module, or even another end module. What's really funny is even though the scenes can go from desert to mountainous to tree to cityscape or a train yard, they all seem to fit really well together, especially when you're talking a scale that's 1 to 220. It all seems to go with each other, and that's why it works real well, whatever way you decide to connect it together. Well, a tremendous advantage of Z-Scale is it's extremely reliable, but it is a lot of train in a small space. So you can imagine looking at all these modules connected together if they were in another scale. So N scale being 1 in 144, HO being 1 in 87. So it would literally take up this whole room if it was an HO scale. So for those who don't have a lot of room in their homes, you can get a lot of train and run in a great area. Plus it's easy to pack and travel with, and that's why the module group works so well, because you can literally pack it up in your car and drive to an event like this.
Can you tell me a little bit about where the Z models came from, maybe a little bit of history and how you got into it?
Basically, Z-Scale originated with Markland in Germany back in the 70s. I had HO scale as a kid, and of course, once I got my driver's license, gave up the hobby for some years and traveled on business, especially to Europe, and started collecting the Z-Scale trains in my travels, and then evolved into going to the train shows, basically in Southern California, and seeing the modules group and talking to them, and they basically recruited me to join them. And so it took a while, but once I came on board and built a module, it's resulted in the camaraderie and meeting in an atmosphere like this and joining the modules group. So we communicate on a web forum under Yahoo, and so that's how we communicate, and that's how we get together and know what's going on and who's who and what's what.